I'm curious, if I wave right now in this spot, does it look like I'm picking the statue's nose? Awesome. Hello friends! Welcome back to the channel. It's Artsy. Welcome to my Animal Crossing nonsense. Today we are featuring some pocket builds I've put all over my main island, Isle of Fika. What are pocket builds, you ask? Well, I'd like to think of pocket builds as small builds that fit into a 3x3 or 4x4 space with at most 7 items. 10 items if they're small. And I'm doing this video because I'm procrastinating on what will be a huge build on my Pirate Kidcore Island, and I needed a palette cleanser. I wanted to be creative but be, done in 5 minutes. So I thought, let's feature 10 pocket builds on Isle of Fika that can be used for almost any island, builds to add a little zhuzh to transition areas or something you can add onto as you feel inspired, or heck, placeholders for something better that looks nice now but you won't feel bad removing later. I'm pretty proud of these builds. I do think they are pretty universal in how they can be used and easily changed for what you need for the theme you're going for. And if you like this sort of content, please be sure to leave a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm nearing the big 2K on YouTube, which, wow, bonkers. That's like a small town in the United States. I'm practically a mayor on YouTube. That's wild. Anyway, let's get started. The first pocket build is what I like to call the Unpacking the Car build. It's a 4x4 build with 5 items, not including the palm trees. I put this here on a smaller beach area because I wanted to add something other than palm trees to the sign here. The sign isn't part of the build, or, well, the content of the sign isn't. It could be, but it's not necessary. It's island lore, okay? I gifted Vivian a towel wrap once and she wears it all the time. Anyway, this build can be put near your buildings or other villager homes, really anything that shows signs of activity, groceries, Rover's briefcase, that office supplies box with scattered papers, shoes, tools. And if you like this particular build, here's the custom code for the nudist beach sign. Everyone should have a nudist beach on their island, I'm just saying. The next build we have is the morning fishing trip build. I added a fishing component to the kids' tent I had used for the backdrop in my campsite build in a previous video. It still looks a little plain to me, which is fine for now since the campsite is super busy and colorful. But because I liked the idea so much, I know adding more to it will be a lot easier when I'm feeling inspired. Again, 6 items in a nice little space can really tell a story about your island's vibe. If fishing isn't your thing, you can add books, maybe a painting set, or simply a campfire with a small picnic nearby. Speaking of the campsite, I wanted to include this outdoor restroom build as part of the pocket build series. I remember a similar build from a random dream address I visited months ago on a live stream and was weirdly enough taken by it. It feels so much more natural than a porta-john, and it feels like it can be used for those rustic, natural islands that seem to be coming back in popularity right now. I've also added this alongside Happy Home Paradise Homes when I wanted to signify it's a low-tech build. It's literally 4 items, and I feel it speaks for itself. It's incredibly interactive, and I consider it my favorite part of my campsite, even though it's not really part of the campsite. More like the transition area that introduces you to the area. Ignoring the fact that Vesta needs a desperate upgrade to her area, oh my goodness, this is from Kit's original build. Over here is the DIY in a bottle crafting station build, and it's perhaps my favorite of the pocket build series. This is really great for subtly adding lore to your island or a villager you really like. We have a DIY bottle turn up on the beach every day and have our villagers crafting in rotation, so why not add that feature to show how much that mechanic really adds to your game? I used an extra DIY that I had hoarded in my inventory, and if you want to get super into it and happen to find an extra leaf umbrella DIY, you can put this by your sisterly villager since it's your OG sisterly that shares it with you. And though some of the pocket builds won't be staying up forever, I'll definitely be keeping this one around for a while, but I may move it closer to a villager's home and add it to their yard instead. We're getting into the filler pocket builds with this water tank build. This is the sort of build that you use in transition spaces to break up areas from feeling too similar, too matchy-matchy, if you know what I mean. It's the sort of build your eye glances over, but adds so much more information to a space or an island. The tank and fence items really speaks volumes for something you aren't really paying attention to. Here we have the beach washing station build, and I didn't do this on purpose, but a lot of these builds ended up on or by the beach. So if you're feeling uninspired decorating your beaches, consider using one or two of these. Anyway, this one was particularly fun because I rarely have my villagers on the beach unless I'm moving them elsewhere. But since this island features the areas near the beach heavily and has a bit of a small town resort vibe, I wanted to add a washing station similar to the ones that I see when I go to the beach for the day. This not only adds some personality to the villager's home, but it can be added to just about any building or build you want. It also occurred to me later that this would be really great for a desert town or a city build where water is scarce, or maybe something Mediterranean for those muted colors. It could also be added to your campsite or a hiking trail, and that's the whole point of this series. They're meant to be starting points that you can easily make your own and adapt to your needs. Down over here, this is what I lovingly call the Let's Get to 3 Stars beach build because I built this early on when I first got started on this island. And the items are what you find early on in the game, including the DIY packs that you unlock from Nook's Cranny. This build was how I decided I was going to have palm trees on the island for the time being, and it's a really nice sitting area for you and your villagers with minimal effort. So this build, I'm not sure how I feel about it because it seemed to work in my head, but I don't think it really fits on my island. But anyway, this is the It's Balloon Time build, named after EJ Play's delightful balloon song. I wanted to use the Plaza Balloon Wagon for a build and came up with the idea to have an origin story for where the floating items come from to your island. I thought it'd be a perfect fit for Captain's Pier, but I don't think it really works here for my island anyway. However, it would be cute with a villager's home on the second cliff level, or maybe you can add it to the peninsula. But what I like about it is, similar to the DIY and a bottle crafting station, it's not thematic, but it adds a lot of personality to what is often featured and underappreciated in the game. Originally, I called this build My Villager Has Personality, but I chose to go with My Villager Has a Hobby build. This in of itself does not look like a build because of how it blends alongside the house, and what I like about this one is it allows me to use the standee items because I've really fallen in love with them while designing on the Pirate Kid Core Island. So I thought it'd be fun to use them as intended, as props. And since Tammy is a peppy, and peppies are all about being famous, I liked the idea that this build emphasizes the peppy personality with being on stage. I'm considering adding the curtain partition later to make this area an actual outdoor stage, or maybe I'll turn our house into a campy haunted house for Halloween or something. And that's what's really cool about the standees, is that they're seasonal and you can add onto it as you feel inspired. Finally, here is the I'm a Lumberjack and I'm okay build. This build is for anyone who likes to use the wild log bench item by stumps so it looks like a tree was recently cut down. It's one of my favorite DIYs in the game, and I've honestly used this trick to some capacity on almost every island I've had. Again, with the exception of the chainsaw, this build features a lot of early gameplay DIYs that you unlock within the first week of playing, and it's great for those nature islands or parts of your island you want to leave relatively natural and perfect for any season. I also have this by Grizzly's house that just has the log bench and the tree stump, so it adds more personality to the area with, again, minimal effort. Well, friends, that's it. I hope this video provided some quick and easy builds to help with those small spaces on your island, or heck, if you've restarted and you're looking for things to add onto later. Let me know in the comment section which one was your favorite, and share your own pocket build ideas. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!